I live in a 4-bedroom apartment downstairs. After graduating college, myself and a couple of bros from Omega Pi Epsilon went half-seas on a cheap place. There's me, David, although everyone calls me Trip because I have a third nipple. Okay, not really, but I do have a mole near my left nipple, so the guys call my Trip nip. There's Chad, who we call Captain Ahab, because that dude is obsessed with fat girls, aka whales. Preston, or Little League, got his name because my man sleeps with a baseball bat in the sheets with him. Says it's for home security, but all he's ever done with it is get super drunk and hit beer cans off the roof. Lastly, there's Duke, who's known only as Squirts. Unfortunately for you, the history of that name is classified Omega Pi Epsilon knowledge. We just graduated pretty recently, and none of us really have savings or jobs that make us much money, or make that much money. Little League's dad has been bankrolling him for a while, but he refuses to chip in any extra on the bills we split. So the budget is tighter than a religious girl's butthole. That being said, we've managed to turn our little hole of an apartment into a nice-ish bachelor pad. Captain Ahab's brother worked at a bar that closed, so he hooked us up with several choice neon beer signs. I had a ping pong table that I bought from Spencer's a few years back. It doesn't light up anymore, but it still has a pretty cool neon design. We have a few beanbag chairs that we got from the rec room at school when they changed out the furniture. The only thing we didn't have was a couch. That's why I turned to Craigslist. I know, getting a couch off of Craigslist is a little shady, but we're balling on a budget. I found a few couches for sale, but they were all ugly old lady couches. When I switched over to the free page though, I found something perfect. A blue couch for free, only about a half hour away. I called the number listed and confirmed that it was still available. The man I talked to was super chill. He even offered to bring it over to our place since he was planning on taking it to the dump anyway. About an hour later, this big pickup pulled up. I could see the blue of the couch poking out under the tarp. The guy I spoke to on the phone introduced himself as Bill and helped me unload it into our living room. Nice guy. I gave him a natty light for the road. We've had the couch in the living room for a few weeks now. It's pretty comfy, and the blue kind of matches the blue tint of the biggest beer sign, which is pretty sick. I was sure that the next time I brought a chick home, she would totally dig the atmosphere. The only problem is that our living room has a funny smell to it now. After investigating, I realized that the offensive odor was coming from the couch. At first, I thought that maybe it was just the smell of the previous owner's house, but it seemed to be getting stronger. It's been cold outside though, so we've been cranking the heat. I brushed it off as the very smells of 4 bachelors sitting on it with their sweaty balls. I'm pretty sure Captain Ahab slept with that big girl who's been hanging around on it too, so that probably didn't help. I've been Febrezing it as much as possible, hoping that it would cover up the stank, and it does for a few hours, but then the smell comes back, stronger than before. We had a party, tons of people, not as many chicks as I had originally hoped, but there were a few hotties, and a few sixes who quickly turned into 8s after several drinks. I picked one who seemed mildly interested and partnered her up for a pong. Bad call. She couldn't chug, kept gagging, so the other team kept scoring on us, and I got wasted after a few rounds. Although the Jagger bombs in the kitchen afterwards probably didn't help much either. I don't know if I scored with Amanda. Ashley? It started with an A or an E. Aaron? Whatever. I'm inclined to believe that I did not, however, because I woke up face down on the beanbag chair. When I opened my eyes, hung over, I rolled over to see Captain Ahab sprawled on the couch, leg over the back. It looked like even if I didn't get lucky, Captain did. there was a huge dip in the couch, probably from all that glorious whale blubber banging against the cushions. I decided to grab a shower. I stumbled in the bathroom, peeled off my Omega Pi Epsilon Gets It On Flip Cup Champions 2015 t-shirt, shorts, and boxes before jumping in and turning on the water. I was the first one up, so the water was still hot. It was nice, really nice. So nice that I spent longer than necessary in there thinking about Aaron, Emma, and whatever that I maybe hooked up with. When I got out and grabbed the towel and dried off my hair before toweling my arms and legs and wrapped it around my waist, I brushed my teeth and gargled, spitting over the water. I checked the mirror to see if I looked hungover. I did. I grabbed the leftover drink from last night. I think it was mine. It was in my pimp Charlize, and took a big chug. Don't judge. A little hair of the dog never hurts. Then I headed out to the living room. Captain was sitting up groggily. "Hey, big fella," I said softly. "Looks like someone caught a whale last night." "Shut up, Trip," he moaned, holding his head. "Ew, dude, what the heck is that?" I asked, pointing at his arm. It was covered in splotchy red marks. "What?" he muttered, holding his arm over to look. I noticed it on his face as well. "Man, I don't know," he grumbled before standing up. "Shower free?" "Yeah, go wash that stank off of you." I laughed before downing the rest of my drink. I figured that there must have been some detergent or something on the couch that caught the rashes, so I went over to it to see what I could do. It looked like someone had spilled a drink or two on the cushions. Either that or Captain had he peed himself. Oh God. Lifting up the cushions to see if the covers came off for washing, I realized they were heavy, soaking wet. I wondered what happened the night before. Maybe we got a little crazier than I realized. As I tossed the cushions on the ground, the smell was overwhelming, worse than it had ever been. I looked underneath the cushions and in the back of the couch and was overwhelmed with nausea. Crawling underneath the cushions near the crack of the couch were a couple dozen maggots, wiggling and squirming across the fabric. Overcome with disgust and stomach filled with beer, Red Bull and Jagger, I went to the bathroom and vomited profusely. Nastiest stuff I've ever seen. I shouted at Captain for the shower curtain, down a bottle of Gatorade. Gotta keep up those electrolytes, son. I threw a t-shirt on over my nose. I put the cushions back on the couch and propped open the front door. Captain threw on clothes and met me in the living room. Together we lunched the stinkiness out of our apartment and into the dumpster. About halfway there, we heard a thud and the couch got a lot lighter. Looking down at the ground, we saw what was smelling. Laying on the parking lot pavement, sprawled almost at my freaking feet, was a human body. We threw the couch down and booked it back inside. I've called the police and they haven't managed to identify the body, nor what it died from. But they didn't say that it looked like a murder, more likely natural causes. The post on Craigslist has been removed, and I passed along a description of the guy who brought over the couch and his phone number to the cops, although they say that it appears to be disconnected. After the police left, Captain threw up and said he needed to lay down. I kind of worried about the guy because he's barely left his room for the last few days, and the rashes seem to have gotten worse, blistering even. He doesn't have care either since his dad lost his job last month, and Little League refuses to help pay for him to go to the hospital. Anybody know what he could have? This happened about a year ago now. I am a college student and I was basically forced to move out on my own, which I didn't mind. But that meant finding a new roommate, which can be a daunting and scary experience. I've had a few weird encounters, but I think this one takes the cake. I posted on Craigslist looking for a room in a shared house or apartment for $300 or less. And on my ad I mentioned, please no phone calls, only text or email. Because I find being on the phone with someone I haven't had a chance to size up a really uncomfortable situation. I'm just awkward, I guess. Anyways, I got a call from a dude who clearly didn't read the no calls part, which I mentioned because this type of phone call was exactly the reason I don't like to talk to strangers on the phone. At first, he was just pleasant and normal. Told me he had a room available and relevant information like that. We started to talk about when and where we'd meet, and he started going on tangents about random stuff. I'm a combination of too interested in deep conversation and too awkward to end the call. When it started to get weird, so this call went on for 2 hours and we talked about the meaning of life and all kinds of weird stuff. Honestly, this should have been the red flag, and I shouldn't have met him. And of course, I also should have gone up here and told him I needed to leave. So he wants me to meet him at this place and show me the room. I've since learned that you should really insist on meeting in public first. I got to this neighborhood and it was run down on a level that made the ghetto I grew up in look nice. Saggy front porches, hot cracked concrete, sad people with old beat up Lincolns. You get the picture. This house blended right in. The yard was seriously overgrown and the front door didn't work, so I went around the back and just looking at the guy standing in the doorway and seeing the kitchen behind him was enough to make me realize I just wanted to leave. The guy in the doorway was a man in a sort of clown-style afro. He was leaning on a cane on the right side. His eyes looked crazy and the house smelled musty from 10 feet away. Again, I'm a coward, so instead of trusting my gut, I go inside and I'm polite, thinking, it's okay. It'll be over in 20 minutes and I can get out. I don't know what made me think of this man who had a 2-hour conversation with me on the phone about life and philosophy would get me away that easily. He took me up a flight of creaky steps into a small bedroom with no door and a mattress on the floor. I thought no way I would live with a 40-something man. I was 19 and female, and no door on my bedroom. And it was a moot point because my mind was made up before I even saw the room. I wouldn't have lived there for free, let alone for $200 a month. Things got weird. He told me he tried to hold me hostage with conversation again. I think he was lonely. He talked about how some of his family were millionaires. He might have been delusional. The whole story seemed made up. Then he told me about an 18-year-old girl that has also checked out the room and tried to mess with him. And told me about his mom hated white people. He was black, I was white. And it sounded like he sympathized with her. Obviously, that was super uncomfortable. Eventually, I was able to find a break in conversation and plucked up the courage to make up an excuse to leave. I was never so happy to leave a place in my life. I don't know that he was necessarily a rapist or anything, but he really gave me the creeps.